All right. Let's see if I can actually hear myself. Hey, there we go. All right. So, I this is kind of take two because I did a whole 12-minute video uh, showcasing this mechanic, and then only to find out that my audio was non-existent. So, all right, here we go. What is up, YouTube? My name is Midnight Wolf, and welcome to another kind of dreams video, if you will. I did a lot of these in the early stages of this channel, and I kind of wanted to go back to my roots a little bit with it and see what I could showcase with it. So, anyways, I'm a little all over the place because of the this being take two. So, bear with me, please. So, what is the purpose of this stream? So in this stream, I'm going to be showcasing a mechanic that I would love to see in a future version of NCAA college football, from EA Sports. Of all of the sports games, EA college football has always been my favorite to play. And I hope my mechanic doesn't take away from the old the old mechanics of the throw, being able to throw the ball to the different receivers. I wanted to kind of do something different, and I think that it could really be cool if done right, if handled right. So I wanted to kind of showcase the idea, and so I'm using a software called Dreams to kind of show that idea. And my plan is to continue to work on this and fine-tune it and get it to a better playable state. And then if other people are interested in it, then I will make it available for people to play on Dreams PlayStation. So if you're interested in that, I think Dreams is only like $5 to $20 depending on what sale is running. So you can get that, and then I will make this available to play. So that is kind of the idea. Is to showcase this concept, and maybe EA Sports can take a look at it and kind of judge it based off of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I see you, Stranger Beast. Welcome to this quick little demonstration. It's going to be a very short one today. It's just going to be a quick little showcase of a couple of mechanics that I would love to see in a future installation of college football by EA. So, and this is all because of the new one that's coming out next month. I'm really excited about it. I cannot wait for it. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. So I know it's a little bit too late to show off this mechanic and expect it in the next game. So yeah. Anyways, so as you can see, there's this cursor in the middle of the screen, and it's basically the target that your character will throw the ball to. So in EA, in the old NCAA football games, each receiver had a button assigned to them. It would be like for PlayStation, it would be either square, triangle, circle, X, and then I think sometimes there was like an R1 or L1 receiver as well on some of the games. But basically, all you would be able to do is click that button, and the game would simulate where the ball would be thrown. So, and it was kind of based on timing, like where the receiver is on their route. But the problem with that is it was completely simulated, so it didn't really. The ball never really went where the player wanted it to go. It was kind of, you got used to the timing of it, and it would go based off of where you were, the timing rather than where you actually were aiming the football to go, if that makes sense. So the purpose of the mechanic that I'm showing is actually just to showcase how you could make it to where the player has control over where the football goes. And then I also have another mechanic that is not complete, but I'll kind of just, with what I do have, kind of semi-demonstrate that to kind of go along with it. So that'll be later because it's kind of an incomplete thought, but I wanted to go ahead and include it anyways. But anyways, this is what basically you could do. So anywhere on the field that this cursor is able to reach, I can throw the ball to. So let's say a receiver has kind of like a fade route where they turn roughly here and go towards the 40. So let's say they will most likely be open anywhere from this point over to the sideline. So let's say I just want to throw the ball right here. Maybe he's wide open at the right time. So then I throw it, and the ball will actually, travel to that spot. I could select this part of the field at the 30 and be able to throw it there. Or if in the middle of the field, I could throw it right there. And so I have complete control over the field of where I want the football to actually be thrown. And that's, I think, a really cool idea that would be very useful because there are situations where you throw the football and it doesn't go where you wanted it to because the game simulated it in a certain way that you really didn't want it to do. So that's the whole purpose of this idea is to give you the controls. Now let's take it kind of a step further, and this is kind of the ideas that I came up with in regards to the pre-snap stuff. So your team lines up at the line of scrimmage, and the play clock starts ticking down. During this time, you of course have time to pick your play, as well as some pre-snap stuff, or like you could call audibles, that or the other. But to kind of go hand in hand with the throwing mechanic that I just now demonstrated, I think it'd be very important that you'd be able to assign along your receiver's routes button, the traditional button presses to then throw the ball. So you don't necessarily have to have your eyes on that receiver at all times, if that makes sense. So for example, let's say you had a receiver that's going down the sideline. So you're probably going to, along their route, assign square, for example, to a spot on the field. So I'd have square represented as a pink circle. So I clicked there in the pre-snap of the play. Then let's say there's another receiver a little bit closer. They're going to go and kind of come like a cross route sort of thing. So they're going to maybe run up the field a little bit and then cut through the center of the field. So I would see them probably be open anywhere around here. So let's assign that to X. So I would probably say that's X right there. And then maybe like a little screen pass type situation over here to the right side of the field. That would be circle. And then triangle is the green one, but right now the way I have the actual throwing mechanic is temporarily assigned to triangle. So whenever I actually aim the cursor anywhere and push triangle, it will throw to that spot. But I'll fix that to where triangle is an assignable location that you can assign. But basically, whenever you're in the pre-snap phase of the play, you can actually plan out where you want to throw the ball. And then whenever you snap the ball, then you can click that corresponding color or button, if you will. And like, I can only demonstrate it with triangle since it's an incomplete thought and incomplete idea that I've gotten programmed up to this point, but just kind of like a demonstration of that. So let's say I want it to go to triangle. So because I do have triangle working, if I click triangle, my character throws the ball to triangle after after the ball is snapped. So let's say, for example, let's say this guy, he's running to his location that you kind of assigned as where you would throw the ball along his route. He gets to that spot. Nobody else is open. Now this guy probably is not the best idea, or not the best guy to pick on, just because of how far he is away compared to all these other people. But let's say none of these other people are open, and he, in fact, by the time he gets to this point and he's not open yet, or maybe he gets open earlier and you want to go ahead and dump it over to them, over in that direction, you can then quickly aim your cursor over there and then throw it over to a spot right before he gets to his assigned spot. But let's say, he gets there and everybody is taken. Nobody's open at this point, and you're scrambling around trying to avoid the defense. And then this guy just randomly decides to cut into the center of the field, and he gets to an open position. Well, then you can aim your cursor to that spot on the field and then throw the football to that spot. And so that's kind of the main thing that I wanted to showcase, and once of a mechanic that I would love to see in like a future installation of NCAA football. So if you guys enjoyed this kind of mechanic or this idea, definitely let me know in the comments. That would be great. If you guys hate this idea, then definitely let me know in the comments because I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this mechanic would completely destroy NCAA or make it feel like it doesn't feel like NCAA? I personally would love this idea just because it would be a lot more hands-on for the player, less simulation and more gameplay. Because now you actively can assign where you want to throw the ball, as opposed to timing your button press right and hoping that the computer simulation will actually like put the ball where you aim it. So I know this is kind of like a half-baked idea or a half-baked concept, but I really like it. I think it could really make the college football mechanics feel more new, I'm using the gyroscope, and I know like not all controllers back in the day had gyroscopes. I don't remember the first controller that added the gyroscope. So this mechanic would not have been possible, like say in the PlayStation 2 era. Maybe not even the PlayStation 3. There might have been a gyroscope in the DualShock 3, but regardless, utilizing the gyroscope, I think, is a really cool way of being able to select where on the field you want to throw the football. And I think it just adds a little bit more skill to the game if they did it this way. Whereas, once again, instead of relying on a simulation to determine where you're throwing the football, you can actually rely on the simulation, or you can rely on your player skill rather. So anyways, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little stream and this little demonstration, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it. So you guys take care, and I will see you guys later. You guys take care.